You're gonna have to do it. I don't know. Like, I'm gonna get off. Go ahead, Mark.
Wow, good introduction. Thanks, Nora. This is
Yeah, you're welcome.
this is the Nora and Mark friendship podcast, and this is our first one. I'm terrified. I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't. I hope I don't mess up. You know, Nora's all confident and everything, but me, I'm gonna like, oh, I'm gonna mess up on this one. And so Nora, like, where would you like this podcast to go?
Um, that's a good question. Maybe to like show other people, um, I don't know, like how to care about each other, to like put effort into friendships and relationships.
Right. So, you know, if you're listening to this, like I can assure you, you've never participated in a podcast like this one. This one will be like a scary movie, like all the like it'll go all over the place. It's not Nora that's going all over the place. It's me because I'm 61. And so February 6th, I'll be back to my normal, I'll be back to my normal self. But for the next, I don't know what it is, 5 months. Yeah. Next 5 months, I can't do math very well. No, it's the next 7 months. For the next 7 months, it's going to be a little wonky. Why is that, Mark? Yeah, thanks for asking. Um, so I've noticed that, from 29 to 31, from 39 to, oh, you're 29 too.
I
So you're
am.
just going into the wonkiness. I'm just coming out.
Nice.
Right. And this Ginger Ann's going to be like, whoa, this is pretty cool. So Nora's birthday is December 4th.
What else is December 4th?
I have no idea.
Oh.
So, like, I don't know, like, any of my kids' birthdays, except Katrina's. Hers is December 15th. December's pretty easy, 15th. I don't even know what month they're born in. So you might say, how do you have seven kids and you get away with that? I don't know. They just like, yeah, that's something dad he doesn't know our birthdays. So, so Nora is just going into, so from 29 to 31, from 39 to 41, from 49 to 51, from 59 to 61. So every 10 years, if you're growing, if you're not growing, well, then you're the same. You're like God, you're the same yesterday, today, and forever. Like, so, warning, we should warn you. This might not be kid friendly. This can go off the rails really, really fast. And so I try to go ahead and make it not. But, and then the other thing, you're going to be offended. I just want you to know you're going to be offended. Doesn't matter who you are, if you're white or black or, you know, brown or yellow, like you're just going to go ahead and be offended. And if you're a man, you're going to be offended. If you're a woman, you're going to, women, I really, they're a lot of fun. Like oh my, it's so cute to go ahead. Like Nora, she's got this little voice and she's like, easy, Mark, easy. Like, am I a whore? She grew up Amish, so I get it. Like, like easy there. Like, whoa. Okay, that's a little warning. I guess I'm getting a little too close to something. So yeah, so we can't really guarantee what's going to happen on this. I know you all think this is probably scripted. No, it's not. they probably worked a lot on this. No, we really didn't. We just show up and, see what happens. There's a friendship thing. Oh, you could share how we met because people are really interested. How'd you meet? Like when you go to the millionaire table, when you go to the
Oh
millionaire
yeah.
table, when you go to the millionaire table, you can go ahead and they'll say, how'd you meet? One of the things
Right.
that we'll probably talk a lot about Amish because she was raised Amish. And so when you're there's Amish and everybody else, like, like Jews and everybody else, like
Right.
these groups, there are certain groups. And like when I first went ahead and met like the Amish, it's like, oh, you're English. I'm like, I was thinking I was American, but okay. Like, like, like I didn't, I'm like, English. I mean, I suppose my ancestors came from England, but I didn't really think of myself. No, it doesn't matter. Like, like Lincoln, Nora's son, he's English. Yep. Like,
Yep.
yeah, he's English. It's like, so there's Amish and then everybody else, like everybody. And you're never ex-Amish, really. It's like the mafia. You can't get out. Like you can't get out. You can't. You're raised Amish. You're always Amish. You can't get out like the mafia. Anyways, so if you're thinking I'm disrespecting you, I don't know. Like it was funny. So Nora, tell about our story, or Mary, you can tell the story. I don't care. Either one of you can tell the story. It's a cool story though.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. It was Springfest and Mary had invited me to come, and I wasn't sure. She had told me a little bit about you, so I was a little terrified, a little curious.
Minute. Wait, what did you say, Mary?
That's our secret.
Oh, all right. You're women, so it's okay. Go ahead.
Um, so I actually had forgotten about it, and then Mary texted me, and she's like, "Hey, are you still coming?" And I'm like, I didn't really want to, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I kind of like, I probably should. So I came, and yeah, then Mary was insistent on me meeting you, and I mean,
And we met. Like,
yeah,
hey, hi. So hey, hi, welcome. Glad you're here. And then then I walked off. And so that first handshake, that was like really memorable. And then I walked off and Mary came. She was walking on the back and I don't know how. She's like, I felt like a puppet. She's pick me up, turn her, go back. You're not done with her. Oh, okay. Like, okay. So go back. All right, sorry, go ahead.
no. So then you did the personality thing, and or asked if you could, and then you did it. Um, and that kind of like that hit it off. I was like, for the first time, somebody actually like understood how I felt and like my train of thought. So that was really cool.
So, anyways, that took, then we had that, and then we decided to, work together in business and stuff. And so it's been 4 weeks. I think it's been 4 weeks. It's been crazy. And so I told, I told Nora, I don't know, probably wasn't the first time we talked. It might have been because I tried to go ahead and probably this is one of the things Mary said, Mark loves people. He just doesn't like people.
No, I don't think she said that.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not
I'm
said
just
that.
testing her.
I'm not sure what I said that terrified her about you.
What's that?
I said, I'm not sure what I said that terrified her about you.
Okay. Do you
Well, I
remember?
like to be like a little mysterious. And
Uh,
so when you said that, like he knows stuff about you that you don't know about yourself, I'm like, I don't know if I want that. But it ended up being okay.
okay. Oh, then we start, work a week later, we start working together. And, or maybe it was 2 weeks. I don't know. She's a double analytic for everybody. So that Nora is, so that explains a lot. Like if you understand personalities, like that's just wow. But what's really like I've been thinking for the last, I don't know, 30 years, she's a double analytic. And then on her geo test, she's an expressive on the geo test as her secondary. And then on her pain quadrant, she's a driver secondary. So she's a double analytic on her, for both geo and pain. So super, super, super picky. Everything's got to be just perfect. And so, but then she's got this adventuresome side of her. Like it's like she's a pilot too. So I'm not fond of heights. Like I don't even want to get on ladders. Like I don't like heights. And so she's a pilot. And so, I introduced her to one of my other friends. He's a pilot in Vietnam. So he did a lot of missions and stuff. So he said that, pilots that are arrogant he calls them smoking holes in the ground. And so I said that to her and she's like, ooh, what a great way to die. I'm like, wow. Wow. Like, that's just kind of strange.
That's not
Anyway,
exactly how I remember that. And
see,
you
isn't
took
it
it
cute
and
when the
ran.
double analytic, just a second, isn't it cute when the double analytic comes out? You didn't pause. It's not.
Well, you make it sound like I have a death wish, like I want to die. And that's not what I meant. What I meant was that if I do die, at least I'd be flying when I did it and I'd be enjoying it. So
Well,
why
actually,
not?
technically, you're not flying. You're actually crashing when you die. Technically, so the double analytic. Technically, you're not flying. You're crashing. When you're not flying, you're crashing. So
Both.
this is what's cute about women, especially women who are double analytics. They're so picky about certain things, but other things aren't. Doesn't matter. Like it's nothing. It's fun. Anyways, so soon after we met, I said, yeah. So I say this to everybody. Like I say, I love people. I just don't like them. And I've never had anybody ever say what she said to me. And she said, oh, you'll like me. And then I'm like, So she started off, I don't know, like I think it was a 1.5 or something. So we keep a little scale. Right now, she's at a 7.25. Like, that's pretty high, And then she went ahead and said something. It's higher than my 4 daughters. Like, they're not, pretty sure they're not at a 7.25. I don't know. But one of my daughters, my oldest daughter, she's going to adopt Nora and Mary. And, now they're going to be besties or whatever you call that. And so, which is okay. So it's like, so it was strange. Like, it was like, I don't like, why would she want me to like her? And then she said, so other people, I won't name names because if I do, I might go to prison because I'm in harassing. I don't know. It's weird. Like people are so weird. Don't want to harass somebody. Like, whoa. So there's this other person, what I won't name. Like, no, you guys haven't because you're Amish. So there's Harry Potter. And, Harry Potter is kind of like wizard stuff. And I'm not real big into the wizard stuff because I'm Baptist. So
Right.
so if you're into that kind of stuff, but Lord of the Rings, like that was written by a Christian, and so there's wizards there, and that's okay. But if you are Baptist or Amish, you probably haven't seen Lord of the Rings, so you really don't know what it is. Anyways, but when my oldest son, I wonder if she's going to do her magic stuff today. I hope not. What's her magic stuff, Mark? Thanks for asking. You all are just so curious. So her magic stuff is she gets me to cry a lot.
I do.
Yeah, a lot. Like she doesn't even have to be around and I'll start crying. Like she'll send me a text or an email or something and I'll just start crying. It's like, it's just weird. And that's just weird.
That sounds
So
healthy.
that must be the secret power, huh?
What is that, Elaine?
To get you to cry.
Yeah,
That
but
must be her liking you. Or she yeah, whatever it was. She liking you or you liking her. That must be her secret.
No.
how does she do it?
What's your secret, Nora?
She can't tell you because I'm on. So I can
Yep.
I'll put my ears.
No, because you're gonna go back and listen to it.
And
Mm,
this is what's kind of cool. This is
Okay,
kind
I'll
of
text
cool.
okay.
She's like, this is what's so cute about women. Women are so cute. They're just adorable. So she's like, yeah, no, there's only one thing there's one thing. I'm like, okay. And she wants me to say, well, what is it? And I'm not going to say it because my wife does the same thing. She's like, I got you a gift. I'm like, oh, nice. Do you want to know what it is? No. You want a gift? No. Like, it really, they're so excited that they've done something and they want to have it come out. So it irritates them, but they like that. They're like, it endears them or something to you. And so I don't know why, but it's interesting. So I think we jumped over. So level 1 for me. So I have 4 levels of friendship. I don't know. I think a lot of people only have 1 level. So 4 levels. So level 1 is you'll like me. Like it's so cute when people say to my kids, especially, sometimes to my wife, honestly, too, but my kids especially, you have such an amazing dad. And they're like, it won't last. like, 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 like it is really like, yeah, you like him. He's charming. It won't last. Like, just wait, just wait, just wait. So, and they're right. I mean, they're not wrong. I mean, they're right. And then, level 2, and this is putting it mildly, level 2 is Mark will irritate you. This is, I might go ahead and say something that is so offensive to you that you're like, I'm going to put him in prison because he's harassing me. So not level 2 is you're not going to like me. Level 3 is you're going to love me. I think there's 2.5 people that are level 3, but you have 7 kids. Like I have probably a couple of my grandkids that are at level 3, and then level 4 is like your vision connect. So before I met Nora, Patrick and I, another friend of mine, he and I we're doing a bunch of stuff on friendship. That's why it's Nora and Mark Friendship Podcast. So it's like, so I thought before I met Nora, I'd been working on probably for a couple of months. I'm like, I wonder if you can just skip level 1 and 2 and 3 and just jump right to level 4 in friendships. So my dad, he was a pastor, Baptist, GRBC, very, very, very conservative, like more conservative than Amish. We didn't have no room springer. We couldn't watch go to movies, nothing. Like, yeah, nope, nothing of it. Like we couldn't even say gosh or gee or darn or any of that kind of stuff. You go to hell for that. Not hell, but somewhere. I mean, it's not going to go
But
well.
close.
What? Yeah,
Close.
exactly. Close to that, yeah. And so I was pondering, I'm like, can you just skip over? Because like when your life vision is bigger than death. So my life vision is to touch every single person in the world, one person at a time, make a huge difference in every aspect of life in a really fun and exciting way. And so, yeah, that's 8+ billion people. So I've known that since I was 8 years old. And so Tom, I like him a lot. And he said, like, the first time we met 20 years ago, I said, what's your, life vision? And he says, change how real estate's done, all around the world. I'm like, wow, that's a pretty cool. I like that. He says, what's yours? And I told him, I said, touch every single person in the world, one person at a time, make a huge difference for every aspect of life. Really fun, exciting way. And it's 8+ billion people. And people often have two responses to that. Well, three. One, they're like, oh, okay. Which is fine. Or two is they're like, whoa, that's crazy, which is also fine. Or like, that's impossible. Or like my brother Dan, I think I can name him. Like he said, how many have you reached? Like, okay, like gotta count them. Like that's important. So, and it's true. I mean, I appreciate him a lot. So somebody will probably get this over to him and tell him, Dan, your brother really appreciates you a lot. So he brings you up in his podcast. And so Tom, I told him that, and he just didn't even pause. He just said, oh, you'll do it. And I said, hey, nobody had ever done that to me before. Nobody had ever said that, like just nonchalant, like, yeah, you'll do it. Like, no question. Like, yeah, like my life vision is to get an ice cream bar. You'll do it. Like it's just like, yeah. I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah. I said, like, how? How do you know that? He says, I can tell it in your voice. So when my dad died, it's like I said, when your life vision's bigger than death, you get over stuff. You just do. And so I don't know, it wasn't intentional, but I have this feeling that we skipped over level 1, 2, and 3 and just jumped right to level 4. Like our vision's connected. Nora and I. And it's like, that's pretty cool. So I asked her, I said, and so I never know. So the thing about being a friend with me or me liking you or anything like that, so some say that I have a photographic auditory memory. So Tom said that, like, he's just like, you just, like he said, I said something to you like 13 years ago and I've never brought it up. You've never brought it up. And all of a sudden out of nowhere, you bring up this one thing that I said 13 years ago. And so, see, I have this weird thought. I have this real weird belief that what people say actually matters. Not everything. A lot of times, sadly, doesn't seem like much of anything they say matters, which is really sad. But so I have this feeling that, like, so I'm listening at a level to, like, what are people saying? Like, what do they really, like? And so we have 7 minutes left and I haven't cried yet. So this is good. That's good. Haven't cried yet. So that's good. What's that?
Said you're getting close.
I know it's it's like, so men, I'm telling you, like, if you listen to this, like, it's weird. It's weird because like it seems like Nora and I have a deeper friendship, a connection than some people, like my siblings that I've known my whole life. Like, it's weird. Like, I'm part of, as part of, church and stuff, and as part of a men's ministry, and then we were going really slow. Like, it's just like really talking about the weather and sport. I'm like, really, guys? Like, it's been 6 months, for crying out loud. And I talked to the leader. I'm like, this, I just don't. He's like, Mark, they've done research. It takes 7 years for a man to open up. Really? It didn't take 7 years for Nora to open me up. And it was weird because, like, I remember she was sitting, I was standing in the heart deck, at Riverside Retreat. So the heart deck. And so this is where healing at a heart level comes, which is really interesting. And so she's sitting there in the swing. And then John, Mary's husband, her brother-in-law, he's sitting in the swing too. And we're going through and I'm talking about, well, this is your personality and stuff like that. So it's like the first time we met. I mean, for the double analytics. So I really want to care for Nora because her double analytics it's really strong. So the first time we met was about 3 minutes before then. So this was actually the second time we met 3 minutes later. So I'm very sensitive to her double analytic, making sure that I get it just right. But no, it wasn't 3 minutes. It was actually 2 minutes and 76 seconds. I'm like, sorry, that double analytic. So like all of a sudden I start touching her emotionally and connecting with her. And it's like, and then she knew how to respond. Not then, but soon. She's like I didn't know until I was 59 years old that my feelings mattered. My son and my brother, both at the same time, they're like, Mark, your feelings matter. I'm like, do they?
Yeah, that was from the previous time.
And so it's like, so I built an entire model out of this. So I have all these models. I don't know where this is going to go. I warned you all. So, so I don't know where this is going to go. But, here I went ahead and did a little experiment on feelings. I'm like, okay, if my feelings matter, I'm going to go ahead and test that for, and so I tested it for 6 months.
Yeah. Yep.
And I created the quantum feeling. So America has feelings all backwards. Women have feelings, they're backwards. When I say women, I don't mean like 4 billion of them. I'm sure there's a couple of them. You could ask and say, have you met any? I'm like, I'm sure I have. But like feelings. And so what I noticed myself doing is becoming entitled, self-righteous, and a victim when I focused on my feelings. So we think our feelings reveal things about other people, but they really don't. They reveal things about ourselves. And so what's the vaccine against entitlement? It's thankfulness. What's the vaccine against self-righteousness? It's humility. What's the vaccine against victimhood? It's taking ownership. And so, Nora, is there anything else that you want to cover? So Nora kind of owes me one because I didn't really want to do this because I get all nervous and stuff in front of people. She's like, oh, Mark, this will be so much fun. I'm like, I don't really want to do this. And she's like, oh, like, okay, well, if I do this, okay, you owe me one though. So she owes me one for doing this, but I think I don't know. I don't need a sticker. I mean, I'm already got 2 stickers coming. So, I appreciate that. So I don't need a new one. Like, what am I going to do? 6 stickers. So I think that, like I said, so I think women are going to like this a lot, this podcast. And I think men are going to like it more. Not that you can get any men to talk about friendships or anything. But every man, I think, wants to go ahead and have a friendship with a woman like I have with Nora. And it only took, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 minutes, really. And then a little work after that. It all happened really fast. And so it's really not that hard. And so, like, we want that kind of friendship. And so, like, why? So there's going to be a lot of questions that we don't know the answer to. And that's okay. But it's like, how can I connect so deeply, so fast? And what's interesting is I feel that that a similar type of connection, very similar type of connection to Mary too. Like, I don't know, it seemed like we connected really fast. Like she's on another podcast, like podcast for young men. Like she's more faithful than the young men are, which is like here's a mom with teenage boy and other kids, and like why is she more committed to that than the young men are? And so I feel connected to her. And so my uncle said once to me, he says, Mark, you're really different. You're really strange. I get that a lot. So I'm always curious, like, what do you mean? And so his Uncle Gary said, what do you mean, Uncle Gary? And he said, you have a capacity to have a lot of really deep, deep, deep connection, deep, deep friendships. And so I think it's because I have such a sensitive heart. And I think I have abandonment. We haven't talked about Beth Smith. We'll do that on another one. I can't wait to have Nora share all the things she learned from Beth. But anyways, we might have the same therapist. We're not really sure. Mine's over in England or what. Anyways, so it's
So
like,
can you finish your thought about abandonment? Because that's like one of my main things.
so the thing is to be okay. We'll go just a little longer. We start right on time, end right on time, but this time we're going to go just a little bit longer because Nora asked a really good question. See, I don't think I have abandonment issues because to be abandoned, you have to go ahead and first be what?
Cared for?
I guess,
Love?
yeah, right. Yeah, if you've never been cared for, you can't get abandoned.
True.
So, I told Nora, like, it's crazy. Like, we'll talk for 3-4 hours. Seriously, it's just crazy, but it seems like it's 10 minutes. It's almost like it's just downloading, and I'm doing most of the talking. Well, I'm 61, so there's a lot of stories. And it seems like she's actually interested in them. Like, it's weird. Like, she will know more about me than my children do. She might already know more. And so it's like there's this longing that we have. And so my mom loved her pieces. Man, she's like one of the closest people in the world to me. Like, but her stepmom, physically, emotionally abusive to her. And so my mom wasn't one of those huggy people like moms. And I love huggy. Like my wife is a huggy. And so I love, hugs. I mean, or I don't have to, either way is fine. And so, like, and my dad, he wasn't. So it's almost like, if they would have passed, I don't know. I think we could have survived on our own, probably from the age of, I don't know, 9 or 12. Like, yeah, we know how to work and we know how to save money. They both were amazing parents, but not connected. Like they weren't connected. And so I just think, well, if your own parents aren't connected to you, who's going to be connected? And if your brothers and sisters are not connected to you, so I don't know if it's abandonment issue. It's like, is there any such thing as a real friend? Or is just everybody just, taking what they can take from you, which is fine. I get it. I've written a white paper on that, WIFM, what's in it for me, the concept of selfishness. But does anybody really love me for who God created me to be? See those tears?
Me. I do.
Seems like it. See, it seems like it. And it's like, well, that's kind of strange. Like, I really actually feel, and I'm not the most feeling kind of guy. Like, I didn't even know feelings mattered until I was 59. Seriously. I'm like, I didn't even know they mattered. It's like, really? And so, like, so like my 25-year-old son, he's like, he's like, Dad, people just leave you. That you just get screwed by people. Like everybody, you pour so much into people, and every one of them screws you. Every single one. Like, right? But it's okay. So, I mean, I don't know I have abandonment issues. I just know everybody's going to do it. Why? Because it's like, it's easy to have level one. That's not hard to tell people what they want to hear. If you know something about personalities and Life Mastery Institute has this really cool, 12-week online course about personalities. If you want to have a lot of friends, level one friends, just learn personalities. Like, it's so cool because they will absolutely be drawn to you because you can tell them things about themselves that their mom doesn't even know. Just like I did, like what I did with Nora on the heart deck was not that hard. It's just understanding, oh, she's wired in design like that. Yeah, she's a complex girl. Like, yeah, okay, she's got double analytic, but then there's another part of her that's really a sense of adventure and a sense of thrill. And so she's got all this stuff going on inside of her. So she's pretty complex, but it's cute. I mean, it's like it's all this different stuff. And it's like, so it's easy to get somebody like you, but when you go ahead and tell somebody something like I didn't do it with her, I want to do it. Like, so if you meet me, if you're watching this podcast and you get a chance to meet me, you can just like shake my hand. I don't care if you give me your name or no, your number, your name. I don't really care, but you can say, Mark, you can ask the question. I'm like, really? You're like, yeah, go ahead and ask the question. So my question that I want to ask everybody, even before I like, hi, my name is Mark Boersma. I have a question for you. And the question I want to ask people is, how long do I need to know you before I ask you an honest question that's going to make you not want to, you won't like me. You're going to be like, and then you're going to spread rumors about me. And I don't know, maybe say I'm harassing you and try to put me in prison. Like, really? Are you kidding? What a goofball. Like, it's just like, how long, like, I want to go ahead and know, how long do I have to go ahead and put on all the fakeness? So there's a significant thing that happened to me when I was 15. And even though we're 32 years difference in age, but there's something that happened to Nora at 15 too. She realized something. She saw something that most 15-year-old girls don't see. And when I was 15, I saw something that most 15-year-old boys don't see. So it's almost like there's this, is like we go back in time and there's this 15-year-old girl that sees something that, other girls aren't seeing and other guys aren't seeing. And I see something too. And so it's like, wow, that, like, I'm not older. She's not younger. Like, we're both, like, we're just doing life together, which is really cool. Like it's just, so I heard for people, like, I'm like, it's not really that hard. It's really not to have really deep relationships, friendships, like really, really deep connections, really, really fast. It's just not, but it takes two people who are willing to do that, to be vulnerable. Like, it's like, okay. So, don't think of this podcast as being 39 minutes. Think of this podcast as being 30 minutes. Okay. Like, anything beyond 30 minutes is a gift from you to me to you, and us to one another. But don't think like this podcast, someday this podcast will go on for 4 hours. Like, I don't have a life. I mean, she does, but I don't have a life. I got all this free time. So I could go 6 hours and we could just talk for 6 hours. She'd ask me a question and I'd explain it and have 22 stories, and they each take 10 minutes long. Like,
Mark, why are you so accepting that people just dismiss you, or they just, yeah, like you mentioned earlier?
so Jesus on the cross, so again, Baptist. So if you're something other than Baptist, I don't know. You might get to heaven, you might not, probably not. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But Jesus on the cross, the way, Baptists are trained and stuff like that. Like you think about the pain, you have empathy, you have feeling like really? Like really? Like I'm trying to help people, I'm healing people. And a few weeks ago, everybody's saying, hey, you're the king and you're this and everything's doing this. And then all of a sudden you're nailed on the cross. Like, and Baptists, they get into the pain, the physical pain, like you go through. I don't do good with pain and blood and all that kind of stuff. And so and then they spit on him and they mocked him and they put like, and he could have just decimated. I mean, he could have just spoke the word and they're gone. They're just gone. So they're taunting him and mocking him and hurting him physically. And what does he do? He just goes ahead. And then he says, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. So it's like, so I hurt. I mean, when people are just dismissing, like, I just hurt for them. I just like, they just don't get it. They just don't understand. And I feel bad because if they're my family, then obviously I suck as a dad and a husband because I haven't done my job. Because if you do your job, then, they get it, but they don't seem to. They don't, like, why can't they see your heart?
But I don't think that's on you though, because they still like you can't control their mind and they have like freedom to make choices and do things.
You know how men don't understand women?
Yeah,
Okay. And you know how women understand men, right?
for sure.
Yeah. And men don't understand women and men don't understand, men. And so you just go ask a woman and she'll tell you. That's not really true. So there's so many women in my life, it's insane. My philosophy is you never have too many women. They're absolutely adorable. But yeah, I think that's one of the reasons there's so many women, because I think women are hungry to hear the truth, and they didn't hear it from their dad, they didn't hear it from their brothers or their boyfriend or their husband or son. But women are hungry for truth, and there's things about like my mom. That's one of the things I adore about her. Like she's dying from stage 4 cancer, and she got a tumor, and my dad had died like after 55 years of marriage, and like I'm talking to her and she's whining. And I'm like, Mark, she's 75 and dying. Just let her whine. It's okay. And it was so cute. After 2 or 3 minutes, she's like, I'm whining, aren't I? Like, I just love you, Mom. Like who does that? I just, and so I'd say I miss her, but I don't miss her. Why? Because she's not really gone. I mean, if she was on this podcast, she'd be shit. My grandma, too, she died when she was 99. Both of them would be shaking their head and saying, easy, Mark, easy. No, they'd be like, Mark, Mark, Mark. Like, they'd just be like, he's he's special. He's a special needs child. Like my mom and grandmother, they're just like, he's different than the rest of them. He's just different. And so yeah, women, you don't understand yourselves. You just don't. You just don't. And the men in your life just don't have the courage to go ahead and tell you. And that's a shame because they could have a lot better relationship with you if they would tell you, but they won't because they're just weak. And you don't understand men. You just don't. So I understand that women, like I think Nora can see something about me or my business or my wife and my kids. Like she can see stuff about me that I can't see. And that's cool. Like that's really cool. Like Elaine and Mary, like it's like, you know, and Ginger Ann. Like she can like the connection that Ginger Ann and I have, I feel bad for my sons-in-laws. Like I didn't know this. I mean, I'm sorry. Like my daughters just think, well, all men are like this. Like all men, are vulnerable, and they're not. And all men go ahead and take ownership and say you suck as a dad. They don't. They're telling everybody how good they really. So Nora, she can't understand me, but she tries. I mean, she tries. She's like, that's not your issue. You don't know that, Nora. Only God knows that. I don't even know that. I mean, yeah, I could go ahead and list out all the things I did as a dad, and I could look really good as a dad. But obviously, it's like, so I'm a little different. Like, I don't want stickers to tell me how good of a dad I am. I want to figure out where I screwed up as a dad. Why? I don't know. Is there a chance I could fix it? Maybe. Is there, can I help other men not make the mistakes that I made? Which I don't even know. I mean, I'm searching like what. So one of the mistakes I made is I didn't get my kids into sports, when they were really young. Okay. So now that I know that, I can encourage, my oldest daughter to go ahead and get into pickleball. She's going to be really good. Like she'll be really, really good. It's just, you just need to put time in and she'll do good. But I didn't do that. And I didn't see that until just recently. I didn't see how putting her in softball when she's, I don't know, 15, 16 years old. And all the other girls, they've been in softball since they were 2. And so she felt she wasn't good at sports, and that's not the true. Her dad just didn't put her in sports sooner. And she wasn't in a system like the Amish, where, you're a girl, you're in volleyball, you're in softball, like you just are. It's the system. And it's a good system because it gives girls confidence. When you're a third, like Elaine's daughter, I ask her because sometimes my social autism. I'm like, Keisha, does it bother you when I call you softball girl? And she kind of giggles and she's like, no, it's fine. Like, okay. Like I see her out there with her other friends and she's like 13 and they're 13, 14 and they're playing against men in their 30s. And these are young men. They know how to play softball too. And I'm just like, that is just like one of the coolest experiences I've ever seen. And I didn't give that to my daughters. Okay, so now that I know, well, can I give it to them now? And how do I give it to my granddaughters, my 6 granddaughters and my 4 grandsons? It's like, so a good husband and a good father, he's going to take a lot of responsibility. He's going to care a lot. Like he's going to take a lot of ownership of a lot of things. And you know what? He might take too much ownership and it's okay. He's a man. Like that's a good place to, if you're a man, it's better to take too much ownership. You'll be fine. You're a man. That's part of being a man. And so, see, I told you, you never participate in a podcast like this. This thing can go wonky, like really quick. Mark's doing, like, I feel like I'm a girl in puberty. Like all the women are like, oh, I know what that is. Like, it's crazy what I know about people. It's just like, yeah, goodness. So not all girls know, not all women know what I'm talking about. Okay. Well, hi, honey. How are you, sweetie? Yeah, this is just Grandpa crying. It's okay. Yeah, he's having a hard day. Yeah, if you were here, you would help me. Yeah, you kind of understand. You have some bad days too. Grandpa understands. Sometimes there's a lot of trauma in life and you just got to cry or scream, you know? I get it.
Okay, her mommy and I've been doing both today, so it's all good.
Right. And so like I'm just all confused. Like a girl in puberty, it's like she's a girl, but she's a woman. And so she's going from being a girl to a woman, and then she has all these feelings that are all wonky. Like it's like, hey, like it's all wonky. It's like I don't know what I'm supposed to feel. And so, and so I don't know. I have all these emotions and all these feelings, and I don't know what to do with them all. I don't know how I'm supposed to handle all the feelings and the emotions. And like my four daughters, I don't know. I started them at 6. It wasn't early enough. I said, you and Dad are really connected. We go on walks. I'll never forget Melissa. She was, I don't know, 13. And we were walking along a sidewalk, and man, she was having a hard time, and she's angry and crying and everything. And she's like, Dad, you don't understand me. And I said, sweetheart, remember what I've been telling you since you were 6 years old? Like there'd be a time in your life, when you hit puberty, there's a lot of wonky stuff that's going on in your body and your mind. And I told you, you would think Dad doesn't understand. So where does that come from? I'm not sure. Like my personality is definitely male stereotype, like driver analytic driver, so I'm definitely a male stereotype. So did it come from my mom when I was, 9 years old? Did it? I think my mom only told me the story once where, her mom died when she was 12. So I think, what would it been like to be a 12-year-old girl and have your mom die? Man, man. And I remember as a kid, and I remember as a man, a young man, and then a man. I remember, and when I got daughters, and then I even had more empathy and more respect for my mom. And then, my parents, they never talked about sex stuff and about guy girl stuff. Like I didn't even know my mom and sisters had periods. Like we didn't talk about that kind of stuff. You don't talk about that. You just do. With 4 daughters, shoot, it was table talk. It's like, Dad's here eating dinner. I don't really want to know the 5 of you have. I just like, but then finally I'm like, okay, if you can't beat them, join them. Okay. Yeah. You guys want some detail? I'll give you some detail. like, and so, my mom, she has her period, and her stepmother made fun of her, and she mocked her, and she's like, oh my goodness, really, what's happening? Oh, it sounds like you're dying. Like, who does that? What kind of a woman does that to a young girl? So I understood my mom on why, she didn't trust. And why she just, I don't know. Anything else?
I just wanted to add that if for anybody listening that doesn't know the secret, it's all over this podcast. The secret to getting you to like them. It's all over this podcast.
I find it weird. Like, why would anybody even want me to like them? Like, that's just strange to me. It's just like nobody's ever
Well, it
told me.
started off as a challenge.
Right, I knew that. Like, okay, she's one of those girls. Like nobody else. Like, okay, I'm gonna get him to like me. Like, okay. But it's like it's a game now. It's like she's up to a 7.25, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. Like we probably. Hey Malachi, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
Good. Do you know I like you? Yeah, I do. Sometime you and we need to talk. Like I'd like to talk about your grandpa. Yeah.
Going off on him. He says things you say. The other day, he's like, I'm not sure what we're talking about. He's like, well, that's kind of like the more you know, the more you know you don't know. Not. I looked at him like, well, who says that? He just smiles like a mark.
Like, yeah, I don't know what it is. It's like he and I, like we have this connection, and it's like it's just interesting. It's just what a cool kid. Yeah, we talk about my grandfather, and he died when I was 9, and I only probably saw him 5 times. Man, my grandfather, in some ways, he taught me more than my dad. Like it's just like life is so rich. Ah, and friendships are so cool. And like this is something I've been after for over 30 years, which means I would have been about Nora's age. Where it started, I'm starting to think like, why don't we have lifelong relationships? Why don't we have lifelong friendships? It doesn't make any sense. Why do you put so much time into people, and then all of a sudden there's nothing there? Like I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. But even again, those people that are no longer connected to me, they don't like me. Okay, that happens. Like even those people, I can go back and I can say with every one of those people, I can say this: I'm so thankful they were in my life for this and this and this and this reason, because man, they helped me see stuff. Sometimes it's like John Henderson. He said you can learn more from a bad leader than a good leader. Huh. Like that's pretty profound. Like, wow, that's pretty cool. Like we were at a coffee connection and he said that. So what does that mean? It means, well, we can learn more from a bad dad or a bad mom than a good mom, or a bad friend or a good, than a good friend. Like you can learn more from something bad than something good. So now, therefore, when you get horse manure, cow manure, it's not that big a deal. It stinks. Like, okay, so what do? You just take it and, you know, you just plant it by the roses. Or if you're, Amish, you turn it into a whole business enterprise and you make tons and tons of money off. It's like, really? That's so cool. How do you do that? Like, yeah, no, we're going to take this and turn this into liquid gold. I'm like, wow, you guys are awesome. Like, that's pretty innovative there. So, yeah, we probably shouldn't go on beyond an hour. So again, in the future, this can get intoxicating. Like I think it's good though. I hope it's good. So, but just listen to 10 minutes of it or whatever. Just listen to whatever time you have. Don't think of it as an hour. Think of it half an hour. Anything beyond a half an hour, maybe you don't have a life like I don't have a life. And so you have a chance to think, like, what about life? Like, what about friendships? Like, how do I have deep friendships and not blow them apart? Oops. Like there's maybe a couple handfuls of people that, and I thought, I wonder if Nora could do something about those. Like, I wonder if she could reconnect those people. I don't know. Or maybe she could find out like why I'm such an idiot. You can't even like my youngest brother, he texts me and my 2 other brothers on Father's Day, and he's like, "Happy Father's Day." And I'm like, "Hey, thanks, Happy Father's Day to you." But 2 of the brothers, they didn't even respond. I'm like, okay. I mean, it's fine. I mean, it's whatever. It's just I don't understand. There's so much in life that I don't understand. So if you have any, I mean, share this with others if you want. If you don't, that's fine. But yeah, the next one, if you think this one was strange, oh, it gets more strange. Like way, 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 way more strange than this. I'm just telling you. So if you have, I think oh yeah, there'll be something around this one where you click on it and there's actually a mobile app. It's Life GPS through a nonprofit organization, and it's friendships. And so it takes, I don't know, a couple minutes to register for that. And so the goal is to help you to get more quantity of friends if that's what you want. That's easy to do. Like that, we can teach you how to do in no time. Just tell people what they want to hear. Superficial. It's really, you can get lots of those, dime a dozen. That's easy to do. Or do you want more significant friendships? Deeper friendships. And so like it's really cool. It's really cool when you can, in, I don't know, 4 weeks, 2 weeks, 12 minutes, when you learn how to go deep that fast, that quick, then I don't know, that's just like, wow, okay. I wonder how many of those people are out there where that could happen. So always remember, we can accomplish so much more together than we ever could on our own. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.